Hey there! Come with me. Let's explore all the fun in my park.
Simon in Phase 1 is a bright yellow explorer who has just discovered his favorite hobby bubble shows. He spends hours blowing giant rainbow bubbles that float high into the sky, sometimes big enough for him to hide behind. His antennas shimmer when sunlight hits the soap, making him look like a tiny golden magician. Whenever a bubble pops, he giggles and shouts, "Next one will reach the moon." His friends gather around, cheering and trying to catch the sparkly bubbles before they disappear. Simon loves how each bubble feels like a mini adventure, shining for a moment before vanishing into the air. As the sun sets, he sits surrounded by leftover sparkles, proud of the bubbly world he created today. 5-second challenge. Can you like and subscribe in just 5 seconds? Go! If you did it, write "Don't" in the comments. Simon in Phase 1.5 looks a little wilder. His grin is wide, his eyes sparkle, and the night around him feels alive with excitement. He spends his evenings turning shadows into dancing shapes, waving his hands to create funny monsters and heroic animals on the walls. Every flicker of light makes his creations jump and twirl like they're part of a secret midnight party. His laughter echoes through the room, loud and contagious, and his friends join in, adding their own shapes to the show. Simon gets so into it that he starts giving each shadow a story, full of adventures and silly twists. The darker it gets, the brighter his imagination glows, filling the room with playful chaos. When the lights finally come back, everyone's cheeks hurt from smiling, and Simon's antennas are still bouncing with joy. Simon in Phase 2 looks absolutely wild. His grin stretches from ear to ear, and his laugh echoes like thunder in a storm of fun. He's in the kitchen tonight, turning cooking into a thrilling performance that feels halfway between a comedy show and a science experiment. Pots clatter, spoons spin, and flour explodes into the air like tiny snowstorms. Simon twirls a frying pan as if it's part of his dance, shouting, "Dinner is served if it doesn't run away first." His antennas flicker with every sizzle, and his friends watch in awe, unsure if they should clap or duck for cover. The result? A slightly crispy but very enthusiastic pancake that Simon declares a victory of flavor and chaos. As the kitchen fills with laughter and sweet smells, his enormous smile shines brighter than the stove flame itself. Simon in Phase 2.5 looks intense. His sharp grin gleams, his horns shine like metal, yet he's completely focused on his latest obsession, skateboarding at night. The streetlights flicker as he rolls down the hill, glowing wheels slicing through the darkness like comets. Every jump he lands makes a spark fly, and he laughs wildly, the sound echoing off the walls like a rock concert. His friends watch from the sidewalk, cheering as Simon spins, flips, and nearly flies. Even in this eerie light, there's something exciting. His style is bold, fearless, and just a little chaotic. He races past empty benches, cape fluttering like fire behind him, leaving a streak of red light in his trail. When he finally stops, breathless and laughing, he raises his board high tonight. The shadows cheered for him too. Simon in Phase 3 has become something truly strange. His mouth looks like a deep, echoing tunnel, but that doesn't stop him from having fun. Tonight, he's at the bowling alley, turning every roll into a dramatic event worthy of applause. When the ball speeds down the lane, his laughter rumbles so loud it almost shakes the pins before they fall. His glowing red eyes follow the ball with laser focus, and when he scores a strike, he throws his arms up like a champion of chaos. His friends cheer, half amazed and half nervous, as Simon dances a wild victory spin under the neon lights. Even the bowling balls seem to hum along with his strange rhythm, as if the whole alley is alive. By the end of the night, he's crowned himself king of the lanes, glowing brighter than any scoreboard. Simon in Phase 4 looks unstoppable, his mouth wide open in a wild laugh, antennas glowing like little suns. Today, he's racing through the park on a scooter, zipping between trees so fast that the wind whistles through his teeth. His laughter echoes across the path, scaring away the birds but making everyone else giggle. He leans into every turn like a pro, his shadow stretching and twisting along the ground like it's racing beside him. Every bump makes him bounce, and each bounce makes him laugh even harder, like the scooter itself is telling jokes only he can hear. When he finally skids to a stop, leaves fly everywhere, and Simon strikes a victory pose worthy of a superhero. For him, the louder the ride, the brighter the day. Simon in Phase 5 looks darker and sharper than ever. His red antennas glow like warning lights, and 3 glowing eyes blink with excitement. Tonight, he's out on the basketball court, playing under the street lights that flicker like strobe lamps. The ball thunders against the pavement as he dribbles, spins, and laughs with a voice that echoes through the night. His movements are fast and unpredictable, almost like the ball itself is chasing him. Every shot he takes swooshes perfectly through the hoop. He calls it his triple I accuracy. His friends can barely keep up, but Simon cheers for everyone, celebrating every wild throw with his enormous grin. When the game ends, he raises his hands to the sky, glowing eyes shining like victory medals in the dark. Simon, in Phase 6, looks like a creature straight from a dream, one huge glowing eye and a grin full of sharp teeth, yet somehow he's calm. Tonight, he's sitting by a quiet campfire, roasting marshmallows and telling funny stories that make his friends snort with laughter. The firelight reflects in his single eye, flickering like a tiny sun, and every time the marshmallow puffs up too much, he giggles and calls it monster-sized. Despite his spooky look, his voice is warm and cheerful, wrapping the group in a feeling of cozy fun. When someone's marshmallow falls into the fire, Simon dramatically dives for it with a stick, rescuing it like a hero in an action movie. Sparks float around him, making him look both scary and magical at once. As the night ends, his grin softens, and he hums a quiet tune, a strange but peaceful lullaby for the glowing flames. Simon in Phase 7 looks mysterious. His eye glows pink and red, and his face seems stitched with adventure. Today, he's at the ice rink, sliding and spinning across the frozen surface with unexpected grace. The music echoes around him as he glides in wide loops, leaving perfect trails behind like icy art. His reflection shimmers below, one red eye and one bright smile following every move. When he twirls too fast, he wobbles but laughs it off, striking a dramatic pose like a performer on stage. His friends cheer, throwing glittery confetti that sparkles in the cold air. Simon bows, his glowing eye blinking proudly for him. Skating isn't about perfection, it's about dancing with the winter itself. Simon in Phase 8 looks fierce and powerful. One massive red eye glows like a volcano, and sharp horns crown his head like battle trophies. Yet tonight, he's not fighting, he's playing hockey on a frozen lake, where his energy turns the cold into pure excitement. His skates slice through the ice with sparks of frost, and every time he scores, his roar echoes across the valley like thunder. The puck shoots past the goal with a fiery trail, and Simon pumps his fist in triumph, laughing so loud even the mountains seem to cheer back. His teammates glide around him, trying to keep up with his unstoppable moves. Despite his monstrous look, his spirit is all joy and teamwork. No one plays harder or has more fun. When the game ends, he carves a glowing S into the ice, leaving behind his mark the champion of frozen fury and endless laughter. Simon in Phase 9 looks both eerie and determined. His many red eyes glow like tiny planets, and his antennas blink with fiery energy. Today, he's out on the soccer field, where his speed and focus make him nearly unstoppable. He dashes across the grass so fast, it looks like his shadow is playing beside him. When he kicks the ball, it rockets through the air, spinning with a red flash that makes everyone gasp. His teammates cheer as Simon leaps, blocks, and celebrates each goal with a victory roar that shakes the stands. Even the opposing team can't help but laugh. His enthusiasm is too powerful to resist. By the final whistle, the field glows faintly red from his wild energy, and Simon stands proud, grinning with all his glowing eyes at once. Simon in Phase 9.5 looks wild and unstoppable. His red eyes glow like tiny meteors, and his hair hangs in jagged strands that sway as he moves. Tonight he's at the arcade, completely lost in the flashing lights and electronic sounds around him. His claws tap the game buttons with lightning speed, and his focus is so sharp it feels like he's in another universe. Every time he wins, the screen bursts into bright colors, reflecting off his glowing face like a neon storm. He laughs so loud that people from other machines come over just to watch him play. Tokens jingle in his pocket as he keeps going, aiming for the high score like a champion of chaos and fun. When the final game ends, the lights dim, and Simon stands triumphant, surrounded by blinking screens that seem to cheer for him alone. Simon in Phase 10 looks fierce and unstoppable. His red eyes gleam like fire, and his antennas pulse with power. Today, he's riding his mountain bike through a rocky trail that twists between glowing cliffs. Every bump makes him laugh louder, and his sharp grin flashes in the wind like lightning. He pedals with wild energy, leaving streaks of red light behind as if the ground itself can't keep up. When he hits a jump, Simon soars into the air, arms wide, yelling, "Catch me if you can!" His friends cheer from below, amazed by his fearlessness and style. By the time he reaches the finish line, he's covered in dust but shining brighter than ever, the legend of the glowing rider. Simon in Phase 11 looks like a walking storm. His giant red eye burns with intensity, and the smaller ones glitter like embers in the dark. Tonight, he's at the go-kart track, roaring down the lanes in his jet black racer with glowing red stripes. The engine growls as he drifts through every turn, his laughter echoing louder than the motor itself. Sparks fly when his wheels scrape the edge of the track, but Simon just grins wider and pushes the pedal even harder. His antennas whip in the wind like glowing flags of victory, and every lap feels faster than the last. His friends chase after him, trying to keep up, but Simon is pure speed and chaos combined. When he crosses the finish line, he raises his hands in triumph, the king of the night race, crowned by the roar of engines and laughter. Simon in Phase 12 looks surprisingly cheerful. His giant grin stretches from ear to ear, and his single eye sparkles with mischief instead of menace. Today he's spending the day at the amusement park, where every ride feels like a burst of pure happiness. He starts with the roller coaster, raising his arms high and laughing so loud that even the ride operator joins in. Then he wins a plush toy at the ring toss, hugging it proudly as if it were a great treasure. His antennas bounce to the rhythm of carnival music, glowing brighter every time the lights flash. He shares cotton candy with his friends, getting sugar all over his teeth, not that it makes his grin any smaller. As the fireworks explode above, Simon stares up with that one glowing eye, smiling like he just found the happiest place in the universe. Simon in Phase 13 looks like a true powerhouse. His main red eye glows brighter than ever, and the smaller ones sparkle like embers around a bonfire. Tonight, he's at the concert stage. Not as a guest, but as the lead drummer of his own wild rock band. His antennas pulse in rhythm with the beat, lighting up the stage like strobes as he smashes the drums with electrifying precision. The crowd jumps and cheers, their shadows flickering under the flashes of red and gold. Simon's laughter mixes with the music, turning every drum beat into a burst of energy that feels alive. His friends play beside him, one on guitar, another on keyboard, and together they sound like thunder made of joy. When the final note fades, Simon throws his drumsticks into the air. His glowing eyes shining with triumph, the monster of music has conquered the night. Simon in Phase 14 looks taller and more mysterious than ever. His rows of glowing red eyes shimmer like lanterns in the dark. Tonight he's found a new challenge, climbing a towering rock wall under the pale moonlight. His long arms stretch easily between holds, claws gripping the stone with perfect precision. Every move makes the wall tremble slightly, and yet Simon climbs with a grin, humming a strange tune that echoes through the quiet night. His antennas flicker like red stars, lighting his way upward as if the mountain itself is cheering him on. Halfway up, he pauses to wave at his friends below, shouting, "Almost there!" before scaling the last stretch in one daring leap. When he reaches the top, the wind swirls around him and all his eyes gleam proudly. Simon has conquered the sky itself. Who is this character? Write your answer in the comments and don't forget to like the video. Thanks for watching.